Hey guys, and welcome back. This is ChosenArchitect, and today we're going to be traveling to the asteroid belt. So, I hope you guys are ready. As we jump back in today, I want to start that quarry that I mentioned last episode. I really want to get this jump started. So the best place to probably do that would be to clear out like a very large area that we could do that actually right next to this. So, I have my builder set up. All we got to do is take our old shape card out of here because we don't need that bad boy. We need to put this shape card, but I'm going to show you how to go ahead and do this. You shift right click on the block that you want to select. And then what I need to do is I need to find the leftmost corner that I want to go to, and then find the other region, or basically defining a region. So right along here is good. So I'm going to take this all the way this way, and we'll get a reasonable size area. So we'll take it this way, and I can still see where this block is at. And let's go ahead and just select this corner back here. You know, why not? Let's find the exact spot that I want to put this. By the way, I'm also running low on oxygen, as you can see. And we'll define this corner a little bit lower, and then we'll adjust the card as needed. So there we go. This basically displays our shape, and it's definitely not tall enough, nor is it high enough either. So we need to make sure that it is going to match that size, and we can do that all using our builder to make this a little bit nicer. So here is our lovely shape. Right, we have like a box. And we could sit there and define this. I'm going to leave the offset for right now. The only thing I want to change is this number for right now. Let's make this a little bit taller, 120, for example. Let's make it nice, and actually we'll go 200 just to make sure we're covering our boxes. And then I want to set all of this to be voided off because I did see there was gravel and stuff, and I hope that it or dictionaries things as a stone type. I hope this is considered a stone type. If not, I do have a solution for that. We're going to show the support view. As you can see, it goes way up there. I don't really want it to go way up there. So what I can do is change that offset. You can actually change it from within the machine as well. We'll set this to like -100, and we'll see what that does. We can see that update here, and you can see that by us doing that, we're not really seeing anything. That's probably because we put it down too far. So we can take this and go 50, for example. And like I said, you can edit it right here, and 50 seems reasonable. It definitely seems reasonable. So I think I'm going to go with that. And we can also see what Y level we are on by doing this. So you see we're at like Y level 68, which is going to be fine. It's about the Y level actually that normal terrain generates. So at this level, we should be able to quarry, and it should do just fine. All I got to do is hook some power up to this. So let's throw some power on it, set that to outputs, and actually hook this up, get it linked up. Now we should have power, and actually putting a use to our power that we have. And all right, we also need to get a storage for everything to go into. And I mean, technically right now, everything's ready to go. Let's go ahead and do a run, and let's see. All right, so all of this stuff that it's collecting, I don't want. I mean, it's going to mine it, and I can't really stop it from mining it. But I want it to be pulled out of this chest. So I want to make sure it grabs enough of each so I can have it all pulled out of this chest. To do that, I'm going to use an extraction cable, and luckily these can have a filter set to them. And as you can see, it's already pulling out items. I need to set this cable to that whitelist. So we have these, we have subsurface rock, and we have the stone. I don't want any of those, so those can be defined here. There we go. And extraction rate, we'll bump that up to 64. And as you can see, that should be able to handle it no problem. Like, it should be instantaneously pulling it out. These cables are ridiculous, by the way. As you can see, nothing is even generating in here anymore. All we're getting is ore, which is perfect because I want to be gathering mercury ore and carbon ore. And us clearing out this large area should hopefully do that. As you can see, we are losing power, but eventually we'll hit a point where the max that it can output is going to be 5,000 RF per tick. Same goes for transferring. You can see how fast this is currently working. It's kind of ridiculous, actually, at this speed. And of course, we can boost this up even more if this starts to have any problems. We can boost it up by turning on our diesel generator. But as of right now, it looks like it's doing a pretty good job. So I'm going to let this kind of run for a little bit, and we're going to see what comes of it, because I do need several blocks of mercury and carbon. So this right here is actually pretty awesome. Look at that. Solid meteoritic iron. Like, this stuff right here is stuff that I needed. Like, I am working towards upgrading this, so even at my base, I have all these materials processing. Look at this. We can just unpack this. Oh, this stuff right here is gold as far as like upgrading into these next tiers of machines. Because like going around on the moon and stuff and like finding the like individual parts, like the meteors that fall, like that's no way to find this material. Yeah, like these right here, for example. Oh, this is not a way to do it. So I'm out blueprint hunting, and it seems like my spawner finder has definitely found a spawner. Which means that there's a potential for a boss to be here. So these are extra bosses, because this dimension is actually added by a mod called Extra Planets, which is an add-on for Galacticraft. So we need to find this entrance, wherever that may be. Oh, that's kind of a cool structure off in the distance over there. It's kind of neat. So where is this taking us? We need to kind of track it right down there. Is this the hole? Wow, we were literally right on the hole. Yeah, I think this is the hole. So I need to be prepared. Because we could die. But oh yeah, this is definitely the dungeon down here. Okay, so hopefully it's just like all the other ones, and we can just kind of take this guy on pretty simply by, you know, using our might and our wit and our skills and whatever else we have. Wow, this is very yellow. Very pretty though. I kind of like this type. Very nice. Oh, okay. Yeah, this armor should do us well though. Like, it just seems like this armor is just super powerful. This time I brought a sword, so I should be able to get through any of the string because I now have a sword. Oh man, I made that mistake earlier. So inside these chests, it pretty much looks exactly the same. We have like some canned food, dehydrated melons. I think that's about it. We have experience boost that we got and a speed boost. Kind of nice. Still like trying to get to the boss area itself. Hopefully we'll find that soon. And there's an Enderman. I'll just leave him alone. Ooh, we got a music disc. Scorched heat and mending. Well, you get mending from this. This is really nice though. Getting mending. That's where it's at. Okay, alright, so now we got some zomboys. Evolved zombies. Enderman I'm not too worried about. Well, I think we're definitely getting close. Oh, I think that's the boss room over there. Okay. Oh, we ended up getting a notch apple. Oh, nice. Even nicer. By the way, all this stuff I can just sort of toss in here as well. That makes things a lot easier. Just being able to toss things directly in that we don't need to worry about. All right, so I need to prepare myself for this. Let's get our shuriken ready and hope that everything goes good. Avoid this guy. And there's creepers in here. I'm trying to light up the room as well. But we should be able to keep them away. Hopefully. Keep them away, and it's probably going to split into a bunch of different pieces. Wow, it's got a lot of health. Quite a bit of health, actually. Okay, so we just keep at it. This should be fairly simple, right? So long as there's not like some crazy mechanic that happens. It's a good thing this has a little bit of knockback to it. Just keep them pinned back in his corner. Very simple. I say simple, but these shurikens took a lot of effort to get to where they're at. Oh yeah, he's about to take it. He's about to take the L. Get it. Get wrecked. And again, it's gonna scream, isn't it? Yep, I figured that would happen. All right, so we should have got a key. There we go. There's our tier 4 dungeon key. And let's open it up. And what do we get? A tier 4 rocket. Oh yeah, that's exactly what I wanted. I don't want to find them this way. You don't have to find them this way. You can, instead of doing the dungeons, you can totally just make it with a machine. But I find it really fun to see what these bosses are. These are going to be like different kind of bosses in each one of these areas. So yeah, definitely take advantage of that. I'm also going to take advantage of all these blocks too, because this yellow block is really interesting. So far, this is looking pretty good. It's clearing out this whole area. Very, very nice. And we should be pretty set with materials, at least for right now. Still, like, you can see the kind of spread of materials here, and the fact that mercury and carbon ore are both so limited is kind of interesting. That just goes to show you that, like, actually mining this out would take a lot longer to find those ores, as I spent a little bit of time just mining here and barely found a stack of carbon, let alone finding a stack of mercury. So this is really nice. And these both get kind of duplicated when we go to actually smelt them. So I've already been smelting quite a bit, and I'm really working towards that tier 4. So I did a little bit of something. If we go over here and take a look at our world, we can now see that I've set up a couple compressors, all of these doing some work, or they were doing work. Now they're kind of all idled out. But all of them leading to this heavy duty plates for a tier 4. However, we're not going to set up the tier 4 rocket yet today. Instead, we're going to talk about a couple other things. I went ahead and also upgraded my resonating wand to this wand. I keep getting fish, by the way. I have no idea. I think that might have came when we went on our adventure. But we have a resonating wand, and I also went ahead and upgraded this to the jetpack version. So all I had to do, since I was compressing all that stuff, was just to add a couple of actual rocket engines. Just the heavy rocket engines. They're really super simple, and these batteries are really easy to make. So now I have a jetpack, and we're going to need that because I'm going to be taking my rocket, and today we're going to be heading to the asteroid field. Yes, and I also have all of my stuff ready to go over here. So my sooty marble, everything to set up our platform. But we do need a jetpack, and I hope the batteries on this last long enough. Really, it's only a few thousand RF here, and I don't know how much it actually consumes when it uses it. All right, so now that we're in a rocket, let's go ahead and launch. Oh boy. Gets me every time. Oh look, you can actually see the little colors up there this time. So, once we get to the planet that we're heading to, as soon as our rocket decides to launch, as soon as we get to the sky, oh, it just took off. We're taking off. We're heading up. All right, so as soon as we get there, what we can do is open up our Galacticraft menu. We're going to choose asteroids. I think we should be fine as far as like where, but I do want to make sure my rocket can be sort of saved here. All right, so we're going to go to asteroids, and we can click launch, click to zoom again. There we go. And now let's launch and hope, fingers crossed, that everything is fine. So taking one small step is what it says. Okay. As soon as we're here, F5. Do I need a space or anything? I'm holding space. Looks like we're landing pretty hard here. Oh. No, that wasn't that bad, actually. That wasn't that bad at all. Okay. So, let's hop out. And, wow. When I say hop out, like, that's no joke. We're straight up out of there. That, Alright, let's punch this a few times until we get all of our stuff back. Perfect. And wow, okay. And while we're here, let's go ahead and build our spawning platform. Oh man, so we can get back here and yeah, get all of our stuff done. This will be a little easier because we're not dying this time. Right? That makes this a lot easier. When you're not worried about death, things are easier to build. So getting this multi-block, I'm also trying not to jump because man, when you jump, you jump. Look at these little rocks like floating around. This is so cool looking. So cool. And I think there's like actual spaceships that are crashing into this too. I have been to this dimension in another pack. But I don't know how much has actually changed because of the add-ons that are on here. Like, I don't remember the ice, but apparently that's a thing. Like, I don't remember that being a thing, but it is. All right, so we almost have this built. It shouldn't take too much. All we need is the runed, couple of engraved, and of course our celestial gateway that goes right on the top. So this goes here. What I find so interesting about these dimensions is the fact that, like, the way night and day works. It's so cool. Let's go ahead and cap this. There we go. We have nothing above us, I don't think. So we should be good. And this should go here. And thus we have access to all of our areas. Okay, good. Good. All right, so flight. It's doable. All right, so we can fly. Let's set up our waypoint. We can go ahead and add a waypoint and say portal. And we'll set it to a bright color. All right, that way I can see it. Take a look on our map. We see this is an icy area. We got some other different colored areas over here. I did go ahead and make this wand. So this wand should let us, like, fly without even needing to use our jetpack. So that's what I was hoping we could actually do. But the jetpack's going to help us land so we don't take a huge amount of damage when we land. But it is kind of nice that we can use our jetpack, and it doesn't seem like it uses all that much energy. This is going to be another problem. Look at that. That's a whole lot of mobs that we have to deal with. And yeah, it's just going to be a thing unless the sun is in just the right position for it not to do that. I need to kind of check my jetpack. All right, see, 20. We really don't even need to use it all that much, because we might be able to get away with just using this for the most part. Wow, this like really shoots us. So we need to do some exploring from what it looks like. A little bit of exploring. This looks like it has like some light over here. Is that one of the ships that I was talking about? Ooh, I think it is. I think it is. So there's some really cool stuff to explore here. For example, this area. This right here is not a giant space rock. We can use this to get to the ground. Okay. Maybe it is a giant space rock. Oh no, it's definitely not. Even though it looks like it is, it's not a giant space rock. Inside has some really cool stuff. So long as there's not a lot of mobs in here. Okay, there's not. It does look like these got all flipped around. Normally these are flipped the other way. But we're going to find some stuff from Galacticraft in here. Like fluid tanks that have fluid in it. Oh, that's the nasty stuff. Okay, yeah, those things are bad. Okay, yeah, gross. Get out of here. Those sludgelings, I think is what they're called, right? Yeah, don't break those. But we can like take all these trapdoors. Like, might as well, since trapdoors are not the funnest thing to make. There's also screens. Like, these are display screens. Now, I think we can change them. Yeah, we can actually display the planetary stuff. So you can do all kinds of cool stuff like this. Look at that. So for example, like stuff, there's an energy storage module right here. Yep. And it's like a bit of wire. Like all of this stuff is stuff that we would have to normally make, but I mean, we're finding it here. So it is worth visiting the asteroid belt. It's definitely worth visiting. There's going to be a lot of structures and a lot of building blocks that you can get here. Oddly enough, there's like just a single block of netherwort here. Like, why? I have no idea. In here is a NASA workbench that has the moon buggy tier 2 up to tier 3 in it. So there's another workbench if you want one for decoration. There's multiple levels to this, by the way. So I definitely recommend exploring. Look at this. Is this another NASA workbench? Look, there's like several workbenches. All right here. What? It's so weird how these are like split up. But they are here. And look, there's potions. There's all kinds of cool stuff. Weakness, instant damage. I will take, thank you. These are buggy fueling pads. What is this? Oh, this is the cryogenic chambers. So yeah, I'm definitely going to take these. Definitely going to take these. These are, for one, great for decoration, but still, like, they have a use, I believe. Like, I think you can get inside. Yeah, and leave. They're basically the bed for this this dimension. Up ahead is another one of those, but it's lodged inside of this ice block. But there's also some other structures that we might be able to find as well. While we're here, though, there's some different materials that I need to mine from some of these things. And finding them in here is going to be a little bit harder than it should be. But there is like some titanium, I believe, that you can find potentially inside some of these rocks. I think the best way to find it would probably be to use the scanning tool to find stuff. So you do have this, we do have the scannable tool, but we need to actually find an ore first before we can scan it. But once we find it, things will be a little bit easier. So I thought this was a thing. Inside of these ice balls, there's a chance you can find like an actual, like, luscious area inside. Just a chance. Not that it benefits you in any way. I mean, maybe you get a little bit of something, but I don't know. As far as I'm seeing, though, I haven't found any of the laminite that I need. This stuff. I haven't found any of the of this ore. So that particular ore, I'm not finding. Now, there is another variant of it, and I don't think it gives titanium. Like, I don't have titanium laying around. So, I don't know. Maybe we'll have to keep adventuring and see. But as far as I see, I'm not finding any, which is kind of weird. So as always, I want to give a huge shout out to one of my Patreons, and that is going to go to Devin Tucker. Thank you so much, Devin. I do appreciate you. And thank you for being a Patreon. I really do appreciate all my Patreons. And if you're interested in becoming a Patreon yourself, of course, you can find all that information linked down in the description below. Guys, I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, be sure to click that subscribe button if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the video, guys. A huge thumbs up. I really appreciate it. Of course, I'll see you guys in the next episode. And as always, thanks for watching.
The feeling the ceiling, the feeling the ceiling. Winning no faces, the crazy pace, Turkey and the beat of cheer. It's that.